Hello, welcome to Computer Tech and More. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Razer Deathstalker V2 Pro 10 keyless wireless low profile optical gaming keyboard. Wow, that is a really long name. It's got Razer Chroma RGB, so to control the RGB lights you do have to install software. I'm already using a Razer mouse, so that's one of the reasons why I'm drawn to Razer, because it means I'm not installing another piece of software. I already have that one. Let's see, low profile optical switches, linear, that's unfortunate, I prefer tactile. USB-C cable, laser etched keycaps with ultra durable coatings, multifunctional roller, Bluetooth, a little bit of spec information there. Alright, let's open it up. So in the top there was a little sleeve with the manual, some stickers. I'm gonna put that. Whatever. I'll put it in later. And there's the keyboard. All right. So it's got some pretty nice high density foam right there that fits on the sides to cushion the keyboard. Let's see what else is in here. All right. We got our cable, and along with the cable looks like a little USB-C, USB-A kind of mini hub thing. We got our USB-C, USB-A cable. It's nicely braided, looks pretty darn long, and here we are. And here's the keyboard, nicely preserved in plastic wrapping, if I do say so. Okay, so here on the bottom we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rubber feet. They feel pretty sticky. We got low feet. This has no rubber on it. High feet also have no rubber on it. So if you're using anything other than the lowest setting on the adjustableness, you're going to be losing rubber feet, or potentially some of the grip. Your USB dongle is sitting right there at the bottom in this nice little handy dandy compartment. That's pretty slick. All right. Then on the bottom we have Bluetooth, Bluetooth off, and the 2.4 gigahertz receiver channel. So an off probably is connected directly to your PC. You turn on this and it will connect to your PC, Bluetooth for Bluetooth, and looks like you can have it set to 1, 2, and 3 different computers by pressing the modes at the top. So that's pretty cool. It means you can, again, control 3 different computers with this one keyboard. And I don't think I've mentioned it. It's a 10 keyless design, so you are missing your number pad. So if that's a problem for you, I believe they do sell this in a full keyboard mode, but I'm looking to kind of either go with a compact full size, which is like the drop shift. 10 keyless or 75% are my preferred, but I'm quasi looking at 65% keyboards. So why would you look at a slim keyboard? Low profile. Well, it helps with wrist angle basically, so that you're not over articulating, causing like stress and pain in your joints there. So that's one of the reasons why this one kind of was attracted to me. Key presses are fairly silent. Not the most premium sounding, but this isn't the most expensive keyboard ever. Correction on that. This is a $219 keyboard. I completely forgot the price of this one. I thought I was looking at one of the other Razers. So I'll really need to test out its feel, because in my opinion, once you're past $150, you're it would be expecting a lot out of a keyboard. You got a roller, you got a button there. Don't know what else to say about it right here. The top does appear to feel like metal. The switches are definitely low profile. Oop, that popped off. North facing switches. Oh, it is. I do not recall if these are hot swappable. I will have to look that up and get back to it. And I guess real quick, why would you go with a Razer keyboard? Well, if you're in the Razer ecosystem already, you already are using Razer software, so it's just one less piece of software to look at. If you're not committed to any one brand, having like an Asus or a Logitech with a Razer, with a Steel Series, you start having all this software on your computer that'll slow it down. So I'm focusing in on brands that I'm already have software for, basically. All right, let's plug it into a computer and test it out. Okay, the first thing to look at with looking at the Deathstalker keyboard is, well, the software. So this is the Razer Synapse software. So when plugging in the keyboard, you get a bunch of different stuff. Hyperspeed, light device pairing. So I don't have the device paired currently. We're going to set it first, play around with it in wired mode. And when gaming, we're going to test out both wireless and wired. You can customize like keyboard functionality, interface device, switch lighting, but the main things are to look at is power. So dim lighting when wireless, dim lights idle after how many minutes. So this will turn off your lights after it's been sitting for how long. This will help preserve battery life. So the longer it takes for the lights to turn off, the more it'll impact the battery life. So when like this is off, device will turn off after how many minutes. So you can, so if it's sitting on your desk, idling, doing absolutely nothing, you can have it so it'll turn off the whole device, and you'll need to like wake it up by probably pressing a key after 15 minutes or as long as an hour. And the lighting will turn off at as short as 1 minute or as long as 15 minutes. So in theory, you could have it just turn off. Again, this is to preserve battery life, and you can go ahead and turn this off if you want to. However, I personally would not. Then we're in here in the lighting effects part of the software, and you can do quick effects, just color cycling, spectrum, that kind of stuff, and change the color, the brightness. We're gonna bump that up to 100% so we can see. 50% isn't bad looking. We're going to crank it to 100% just to get its best effect. Let's go to Chroma Studio. All right, this is Chroma Studio, and I can individually select keys by holding down the Control key. I can then highlight whatever ones I want. I'm going to make the gaming keys all red. Click Save. And now they are red. I'm going to finish setting up the keys the way I like them, and then we'll take a look at how they look on the keyboard. Okay, I got all the colors set up more or less the way I like them, and let's see how they look on the actual keyboard themselves. Ding! There it is. So I have my drop shift right there, and see how it looks. So one of the biggest differences here is the fact that the one keyboard has black keys, the other keyboard has more like gray keys. So I would say in terms of bleed effect around the keys, the drop shift is worse. But in terms of how good the lighting is, well, we're gonna take a quick zoom in. So look at the D. You can see no little line from manufacturing, so basically imprinting in the molds, while this you see the little lines going through it. So that means these are higher quality-ish. But these keycaps are also not PBT, they are ABS plastic, but they've got a special coating over top of it. Theoretically, that's what Razer claims, so they shouldn't turn shiny, or they should take longer to turn shiny, but they will turn shiny eventually. At $215, I think they could have done PBT keycaps with whatever technology they wanted. But hey, that's me. You got your little lighting effects. Don't know what that's doing. You got your scroll wheel for volume, clicking it, basically mute, unmute. So, but that's the way the LEDs look on the keyboard. And on several other keyboards, they had a very distinctive refresh rate because you could see it on my camera recording, but not in person. This one, you can't even see it on the camera, so it's got a good refresh rate to it, I would say, if that matters. But the colors look good. I would almost say that this looks substantially better than the drop shift in terms of colors. And the reason you go with the 10 keyless is you save about an inch of space on your desk. Let's do our typing test. As always, before I get into the typing test, my quick disclaimer, I'm dyslexic, so I'm looking through my phone camera screen with my computer screen behind it to read the typing test, so it's a little bit extra distracting. I'm also not the world's best typist, but I can do it without looking at the keyboard, and we'll just do the best I can, and basically let you know what I think of how the feel is on this keyboard. Well, that was not my best result in terms of accuracy, but word per minute was adequate. Let's talk about the typing experience real quick. Typing felt non-responsive. These are linear keys, so you really have to press all the way down. I felt sound was okay. You certainly can tell when you hit a key press, but I would say more or less I'd call it okay. Not great, not bad, but if you're a typist, you're going to want a different keyboard. I'd say 90% gamer, 10% typing. If you're any more than that, you probably want tactile keys if you prefer those. Or something that has more typing feel. Just my personal opinion, but it felt okay. So let's move on to our gaming test. Okay, quick note about the wireless functionality of this keyboard. So it says that my particular mouse, which is the Basilisk Ultimate, should be able to find this dongle, but in practice it couldn't locate it. So take that for what you will. But so right now I have to have two wireless dongles connected to my computer. Ideally it would just be one. Okay, I tried getting my mouse to connect to this Bluetooth receiver that's for the keyboard, and it's supposed to support this mouse, but for the life of me I just couldn't get it to connect. So for the time being I'm using two dongles. If I choose this keyboard, I would hopefully just need one. That would be ideal. Then I could reduce the number of basically USB ports being used. Not that that's a huge deal breaker, but it is a nice to have. Game of choice is Black Mesa, and well, let's see how the keyboard works out. So some of the keys have a little high-pitched sound to them. Actually, a lot of them do. It's not terrible, but there we go. We are moving along. This was not a great section of the game to use for testing out. It's more like a mouse test. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that high-pitched key press sound. Just like a little bit of a rattle. It's not the end of the world. Oops, I'm off center. Oh my goodness. Never lost a lot of my mouse pad being at this angle to film at the same time. It's fine. The responsiveness feels fine. The typing experience was okay. But while we're taking this ride, what did professionals have to say about it? Well, on ratings.com, RTINGs, it's a resource that I like to use. They rated this keyboard at Deathstalker V Pro Gaming 9.3, Officeworks 7.6, Programming 8.1. The build quality was rated at an 8. The backlighting was rated at a 9.9, and I have to agree. Typing quality was rated at a 7, which is not great. Latency rated at a 9.3. In wired mode, that equates to 4.7 milliseconds, which is excellent. Its receiver mode is at 5.1, which is also excellent, very good. And via Bluetooth, which this is also capable of, is 11.6. So if you're going to game on it, either wired or wireless with the dongle is your best bet. Now that we are off the tram, let's get back to running around a little bit. Well, a little bit of a conclusion time. So responsiveness of the keyboard is excellent. Again, I'm wireless, so more than adequate. Certainly don't feel any delay, but if you are trying to go pro, you may want a different keyboard or to use it in wired only. As for casual user like me, it is perfect. Run away. Boom. Not bad. I will say I wish it had more of a funk sound, but the low profileness is perfectly good. Yeah, like how quickly it responds to me hitting these keys is great. So yeah, if you're gonna game, this is it. But if you're gonna do anything else, I get something else. And I think that's a good place to end it. It's good for gaming, but not much else. It's a little hollow sounding, but it's okay. I guess I'd give it an approval rating, but it's not the best keyboard out there. Anyways, thank you for watching Computer Deck and More. I've got a bunch of keyboard videos out on my channel. Check them out. If you want to see specific keyboards, leave a message in the area below, and I'll see if I can get my hands on it to test it out. And I'm big into fan testing right now, so subscribe, check out my Patreon page, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.